think they embody a lot of characters that us as humans struggle to fully comprehend. Patience is really something that herons and most predators can really teach us a lot about. This bird could stand dead still like that. One leg you can see is still halfway in motion. If it suddenly spots something that's potentially food, it will literally freeze, and it can hold that exact pose for many minutes. I don't know when last, or if you have ever tried to sit dead still for a measured period of time. Try and not move a single muscle for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and suddenly time takes on a whole new meaning. Just look at that. Look at the ripples on the water. You can see the wind coming from our direction towards the heron and pushing the little waves away from the bird. Flicking a feather now and again. Maybe just breaking the surface enough to give that heron a little bit of extra camouflage above the water so that he can find something to eat. But once again, this is such a magic time of the day. I love this time. All the colors change, all the contrasts are different. It just gives you a short window twice a day where the world is a little bit more magical, where anything can happen at any time a little bit more often than it tends to do during the middle of the day. But speaking of patience, I think the heron's got more patience than we do. Let's hit the road.
Let's hit the road, Jack.
Oh, he got something, check. He's got quite a nice fish. Sorry, Jan.
Doesn't want to focus.
Look at that. Oh, it's a frog. And the frog is... Oh, I didn't think he was going to get away. Already he's been damaged enough, so this is not... maybe not so nice to look at if you're a frog. Look at that, he's already been... one leg has been injured. But that's also why that heron immediately left the water. He knew that he's caught quite a big meal. Just going to wash the sand off it. Look at that. We tend to think that animals are stupid. Caught quite a big meal, immediately left the water so that it couldn't escape, just to make sure he got hold of it properly. Now he's got it by the head. Gave it a quick rinse, and let's see. I'm going to wash it off again. It's quite a large bit of food there to just swallow. Typically herons just swallow their food pretty much whole. Let's watch it for a bit. This could be quite a challenge to the heron. Sorry to bring a bit of humor into this at the moment, but I'm sure most or many, maybe even all of you have seen the cartoon that was going around for years. I mean, I saw it the first time probably 10 years ago, and I've seen it many times since, where it's pretty much this setup. The heron with the frog on its beak, but the frog then uses its two forearms or its two front legs to choke the heron around the neck so that it can't swallow. And the caption reads, "Never give up." And whenever I see this scenario, that picture comes to mind. I'm sure it might be the same for some of you as well. I hope I'm not the only one that's seen that picture. But again, it's maybe a little bit harsh, but that's how it works. Tonight, or maybe tomorrow night, if we get some rain in the next day or two, there will be hundreds of frogs active here, many of them mating and laying eggs, thousands of eggs, hundreds of new frogs that hatch from them, and then that provides food again for some other animals. So what is a tragedy for the one, it's quite often a victory, a bit of a dramatic word, but a necessity maybe for another. Let's look at how quick that heron is. Incredibly quick reflexes. Now obviously that is something you'd expect. Any bird that can use its beak, sharp pair of sort of pincers at the tip of it, and catch a fish in the water needs to be quick, but very, very fast reflexes. mostly from that neck as well. You can see how that neck coils up, literally giving it a lot of kinetic energy when it does decide to snap at something. Sorry, I'm thinking of the whole patience thing again. Now I can imagine if a heron has the patience to stand dead still for minutes at end, and sometimes take maybe an hour or two to actually catch something, then of course it's also going to have the patience to eat it at its own leisurely pace. So we'll give it another few seconds, and then we might actually move along. Might be another while before this frog is actually dinner. It could also be doing, and unfortunately it's difficult to see what species of frog this is, but some of the frogs and some of the toad species out here, they do have mildly poisonous, or if not poisonous, at least like irritating substance that they can release through the skin. Whoa, look at that. Whoa. Swallowed that one go. You can actually see the neck thickening. So it might also be that this heron was just rinsing that frog quite a lot to get rid of some of those secretions that they can release through the skin. See, they're taking a little bit of a drink of water as well, so that might be what it was doing as well. But yeah, that's a good meal. That's the equivalent of 2 cheeseburgers.